It's officially been 1 year since I've moved back to the United States after nearly 4 years living abroad, and let me tell you, this transition has not been easy. Hola mi gente, soy Shawnie. Bienvenida a mi canal. Gracias por acompañarme hoy. I spent 3.5 incredible years living abroad in Mexico, beginning my journey on the beautiful Caribbean shores of Playa del Carmen and ending it in the bustling capital of Mexico City. Those were the most transformative years of my life thus far. So much so that I decided to go through the immigration process and become a legal resident of Mexico because I had no intentions of moving back to the United States. But life happened and I'm now back in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about what it's been like readjusting to life in the States, the life lessons living abroad left me with, and if I plan to move abroad again. So without further ado, let's chat. When I initially left the United States, set out on my adventure abroad, I was without a clue and without a job. And unfortunately, I returned the exact same way. Only this time, minus the optimism I once carried. In 2021, I scored my first ever 6-figure remote role, which was my lifeline to be able to live abroad. But last year, I was laid off due to budget cuts. This devastated me, not only because it paid well, but it was my favorite job I've ever had. I genuinely loved working there. When I landed in Mexico 4 years ago, I was full of optimism and hope. But when I left last year, I was defeated, depressed, and unsure of what the future held for me. I won't sugarcoat it. This past year has been extremely difficult for me. Looking for full-time work in this economy has felt like trying to climb Mount Everest. To survive, I started back serving and bartending, work I vowed I would never return to. And the drastic drop in income has put limitations on my lifestyle. Moving back in with my mom at 35 has made me feel like a complete failure. I carried a lot of shame and embarrassment to the point where I couldn't even enjoy being back home. Even when I enrolled in school for fashion design, something I had always dreamed of, I couldn't focus due to the financial constraints of trying to pay for it, and eventually I dropped out. It feels like everything I would touch would fall apart. Thankfully, I have a no-nonsense mom who does not tolerate self-pity. Around the 6-month mark of me being home, she set me down and gave me some tough love. Truths I didn't want to hear, but I desperately needed to. That conversation was a turning point for me. I began to shift my heart from mourning what I lost to appreciating what I still had. Gratitude gave me a new lens to see my life through. Since then, I've rediscovered my hometown with fresh eyes. Atlanta has changed so much in the 6 years I've been away, and so have I. I've reconnected with old friends, explored new neighborhoods, gone to several events, became closer with my mom, and even made new friends along the way. Slowly but surely, I'm finding joy in the present. What I'm learning is that sometimes the best journeys aren't about how far you travel, they're about finding your way back home. The journey is the character building process that allows you to appreciate life in your destination. Anytime you step outside your comfort zone and take risks, life lessons become inevitable. Some arrive gently, served on a silver platter, while others come from falling flat on your face. But either way, you grow, you evolve, and your perspective on life expands. One lesson that stands out the most and directly applies to this chapter of my life is gratitude for family and the preservation of the family unit. It's easy to get caught up in mourning everything you lost while overlooking the people who were there to catch you as you were falling. Living in Mexico taught me just how sacred family can be. Multiple generations living under one roof. The young learning from the old learning from the young, family traditions being celebrated and passed down with pride. That was something I had never experienced before. In the US, independence is pushed on you the moment you turn 18. So when I had to move home at 35, I felt inadequate because I couldn't save myself. But over time, my perspective has shifted. How blessed am I to have a family that loves me enough to welcome me home, that uplifts me, that prays for me, and speak life into me when I need it most. How could I ever be ashamed of that? Another life lesson I learned from living abroad is that I'm far more resilient than I give myself credit for. Most people would never take the risk I took. Most people won't even leave their hometown, yet I left the country alone. That takes courage. That takes guts. I'm ballsy as hell, okay? Before living in Mexico, I had never challenged myself in such a profound way. But living abroad uprooted me from every comfort zone I had ever settled into. Navigating a new culture, learning a new language, and embracing a completely new way of life is something I didn't even know I was capable of. That experience gave me a newfound belief in myself and strengthened my confidence. I realized that I can not only survive anywhere, I can also thrive. That glass ceiling that once existed shattered the moment I took a risk. I write my own rules. I'm the author and the protagonist of my story. The sky is no longer the limit. There are literally galaxies out there waiting for me to explore them. Where the hell is my spaceship? No, but seriously, I think that the biggest lesson I learned in retrospect from living abroad is that it was preparing me for my most difficult, yet most rewarding journey yet. My journey back home. Moving abroad again is definitely in the cards for me. I don't know exactly where or when, but I do know it's only a matter of time. I love the version of me that emerges in foreign lands. I become more resourceful, more open-minded, and more solution-oriented as I navigate new cultures. But more than anything, I love the peace of mind that I have. I know every country has its issues, but I'll be honest. I'm burnt out from the dream the United States keeps trying to sell us. My soul craves something different. I want to savor life, not just survive it. I desire produce untouched by chemicals, affordable housing, public health care. I want to know that my future kids will be safe when they go to school. And I crave communities that connect. I didn't experience that until I moved abroad. I have a few places that I'm eyeing when it comes time to move abroad again, such as Portugal, the Netherlands, Brazil, Panama, and I know I said I would never move to Mexico again, but I may have one reason to return, but only time will tell. But for now, I'm focused on being present and enjoying my time back home. But the moment my soul says go, I'm out of here. I've definitely learned that your attitude determines your altitude. Keeping a heart posture of gratitude, even when life isn't going your way, can change everything. This year back in the States has tested my faith, my patience, and my resilience. And if it's one thing I know now, is life is about embracing change, because resisting it only brings about friction, chaos, and confusion. Living abroad taught me countless lessons, but being home is forcing me to put those lessons into practice. Mexico gave me the space to grow, but Atlanta is revealing parts of me that still need a little more attention. Life is a constant ebb and flow, ups and downs that shape who we are. Although I did not want to come home, this is exactly where I needed to be. I'm cherishing my time with my family and friends and reconnecting with the city that gave me my foundation. I'm focused on the now, not my past or what's next. If you've gone through anything similar, I hope this video was a reminder to you that you are not alone and that there's always a silver lining to be found. And if this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know something you're grateful for today. I am grateful that you took time out of your day to support my channel by watching this video. And you can show your gratitude by giving this video a like, sharing it with someone, and subscribing to my channel. I look forward to seeing you all in the next upload. Until then, peace.